Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the English news from Djibouti channels. Here are the headlines of our edition tonight. The main titles are meeting weather at the Ministry of the Interior. On continental news, UK MBS approved legislatives on 12 December. Welcome if you join us. The President of the Republic's Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh sent a message of congratulations yesterday, Tuesday, to his Turkish counterpart, Mr. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, whose country was celebrating its national holiday. In his message, the President of the Republic wished Mr. Erdogan more success, also expressed wishes for greater development and well-being for the brotherly people of Turkey. Under your enlightened leadership, Turkey has considerably increased the provisions, particularly economic and social, and now it's establishing itself as a model of success for all countries like Djibouti, inspiring to sustainable development, wrote President Guelleh. The government, the people of Djibouti, and I welcome the special ties of friendships and cooperations we enjoy with the sister Republic of Turkey, and are ready to work to strengthen the important ongoing partnership between our two nations in several development sectors. He continued, "Be sure, Mr. President, that you will always find with the Republic of Djibouti all the necessary support to intensify the level of exchange and collaboration between our two countries, two people." And the Djibouti head of state also noted before reiterating his good wishes to President Erdogan and to the entire friendly people of Turkey. Prime Minister Mr. Abdulkader Kamil Mohammed received in his office this afternoon a large delegation composed of members of the steering committee of the Forum of African State Inspections, introduced by the Inspector General of the state of Djibouti.
Minister Abdulkader Kamil Mohammed received an audience on Tuesday afternoon in the Prime Minister of VIP Lounge a large delegation composed of members of Steering of Committee of Foreign of African Inspection, introduced by Inspector General of State of Djibouti, Mr. Hassan Isa Sultan. This delegation includes Mr. Saleh Sid Ahmed Baba, his counterpart from Mauritania, and also President of Field Steering Committee, the Deputy Inspector General, Mr. Saleh Said Ahmed Baba, Boy Sidi Mohammed of Mauritania, as well as a representative of several state inspectorate institutions from 9 other African countries, namely Senegal, Congo, Brazzaville, Ethiopia, Somalia, and Rwanda and Uganda, Southern Sudan, Madagascar, and finally Angola.
The Parliament of the Republic of Djibouti, with the collaborations of the Parliament Assembly of the Francophone and the support of the OEF, Organizations International of Francophonie, is organized an information and exchange seminar for the national representations on 29th and 30th October 2019 on civil state and democracy, good governance status, and the role of the different party. Mr. Philippe conveyed the message of the Honorable Jack, Parliament Secretary General of the APF. In his speech, the Secretary General stressed that this seminar will allow the elected representative of the people to maintain their roles. In his intervention, the NAP indicated that the holding and ownership of the seminar by the parliamentarians is an opportunity for them to acquire the mechanism to control the governance, especially the good governance system of our institutions. The head of the MSEC said, "Today more than ever, we have a heavy responsibility to institutionalize good governance. This is the sine non-condition for more transparency in public actions." He added, "More respect for the rule of law, better fight against corruption and better control of conflict of interest and the ethical conduct of power. He concluded his speech. The Minister of Defense in charge with the relation, Mr. Hassan Omar Mohammed, received in his office the Deputy Secretary General of Peace Operation, Mr. Jean-Pierre Lacroix, accompanied by Mrs. Barbara Menda, a representative of the UN Secretary General in Djibouti. The meeting took place in the presence of Djiboutian side of General Tahir Ali Mohammed, acting chief of the defense staff, Colonel Zakaria Hassan Adan, as well as chief of staff of the National Gendarmerie, Commander Ilyas Abdullah, as well as many other officials. During this meeting, the Minister of Defense in charge of relation with the Parliament, Mr. Hassan Omar Mohammed, welcomed his host and at the same time conveyed to him the greetings of the President, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Umar Gili. Interior Minister Mumin Ahmed Sheikh held today a preparatory meeting for possible rains that may occur in the event of the arrival of cyclone called Kahkar in the Republic of Djibouti. Mr. Ahmed Mohammed Madar, Executive Secretary of Disaster Management, Mr. Usman Billegire, as well as the Prefect of the City of Djibouti, Mrs. Fatuma Awale Usman, Mayor of the City of Djibouti, and Mr. Mohammed Ismail, Director General of the National Meteorological Agency, representative from the Civil Protection Director, National Police, as well as Gendarmerie, attend the meeting. The Director General of the National Meteorology say that the forecast foresees rainfall but no cyclone by Monday, November. The Minister asked all officials to be ready to ensure a better response to a possible crisis. Under the high patronage of the Minister of Muslims Affairs and Culture, Waqf and Good, Mr. Mumin Hassan Barre, the Federation of Diwan al-Zaka, organized this morning at the People's Palace the distribution ceremony of the second sponsorship tranche of the year 2019. The ceremony took place in the presence of the Minister of Labor and the Director of Diwan al-Zakat Foundations, Mr. Suleiman Moussa, and Djiboutian businessmen. Some of 1,159 orphans from the various districts of the capital were orphaned to benefit from the Solidarity Program. In his speech, the Director General of the Diwan al-Zaka Foundation, Mr. Suleiman Hussein Moussa, recalled the foundation has seen a clear evaluation on its activity from year to year, and it has gained the trust of the different part of the populations, he said. In his part, the Minister of Muslims Affairs, Culture and Waqf, he highlighted the important role that the Diwan Zakah Foundations plays in the fight against poverty. He added the Minister Mumin Hassan Barre during his speech stressed that the creation of this foundation was part of a series of measures by which the head of state decided to fight extreme and relative poverty in the society. The Director General of the National Agency for Disability, Mr. Duali Saeed Mahmoud, in collaboration with the Director General of the National Institution of Statistics of Djibouti, Mr. Idris Ali Sultan, jointly shared by workshop on the first meeting of the Steering Committee of the National Disability Prevalence Survey. On Wednesday, this workshop was attended by the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Mrs. Muna Usman Adan, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Economy and Finance in charge of Industry, Mr. Abdulrazak Ahmed Idris. The first meeting of Steering Committee of the National Disability Prevalence Survey was held to present the methodological approach that of the Washington Group International recommended by international partners. The Ministry of Women and Family and the American Agency for International Development USAID closed on Monday the two-day workshop at the People on the theme Role and Contribution of Djibouti Associations in Campus Key Palace for Better Gender and Social Inclusions in Economic and Social Development Approach and Program. This event was carried out by the USAID funded capacity building project for Djibouti Association implemented by FHEI 360 as a part of bilateral cooperation between the United States and Djibouti. The project of capacity building of Djibouti Associations PRECAD is in line with the Djibouti 2035 vision by focusing on good governance and the consolidations of human capital. To this end, the project provide technical assistance to achieve the following results. Djibouti's associations in the education and health sector benefit from more efficient management, as well as associations strengthen their capacity to promote gender access to service for all and protection for vulnerable populations. The National Network for Social Development closed a training session organized for the benefit of the neighborhood councils. This training brought together two neighborhood councils, namely the Jebel Neighborhood Council and the Balbala 10 these councils in order to strengthen their skills so that they can implement the social development programs proposed by the National Social Development Network. And now let's move on continental news, where in Cameroon at least 42 people died during the night on Monday 28 to Tuesday 29 October in a landslide that washed away a dozen houses in Bafoussam in western Cameroon, according to the state radio report.
At least 42 people died in the night of Monday 28 to Tuesday 29 October in a slide in Western Cameroon. This is on Tuesday, the members of the parliament voted in favor of the Prime Minister Boris Johnson's proposal for Paul. At least 42 people died in the night of Monday 28 to Tuesday 29 October in a slide in Western Cameroon. This assessment remains professional. According to an official statement, 4 pregnant women are among the victims. Photos circulating on social networks shows houses and briquettes or mud and tin roofs collapsed on the side or bottom of a wet orchard earth hill. Men with hard hats and shovels search the thick mud below.
And now in UK, where the vote to Brexit was voted. For more details, let's follow this report.
Tuesday, the members of the parliament voted in favor of the Prime Minister Boris Johnson's proposal for Paul on 12 December. The text was adopted by an overwhelming majority of 438 votes. Only 20 deputies were opposed to it. With elections in a few weeks, the Prime Minister hopes to regain a majority in the House of Commons in order to carry out Brexit as he pleased. This would be the third general elections in 4 years. A first vote reverted an amendment on the Labour opposition, setting the polling date to 9 December. Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn long hustled the elections, finally raid, having been assured that Brexit would not intervene before the elections. He promised the most ambitious and radical campaign the country had ever seen. For the elections to take place, the bill must still be passed by the House of Lords. They will examine it as of Wednesday.
Here we arrive at the end of this news edition. Thank you for watching us. Have a good night.